Hey guys, how's it going? Captain Foley here with you for a Prodigy first reaction review, discussion, talk, whatever you'd like to say. Let's see here what's going on with the chat, shall we? Welcome back, everybody. So yes, today of course we're talking about Moral Star Part 2, which is episode 10 of season 1 of Star Trek Prodigy. And I gotta say, this one really felt like a season finale. I think the initial plan for them was to only do 10 seasons or 10 episodes in the first season, but they expanded that to 20. So this one is a very good ending point, though, for the next hiatus, because next week we're back into Discovery. So I thought it was an all right episode. The ending was interesting, I will say that. But yeah, same thing, guys. Have Kraken rum, dark spiced rum, and for every super chat, I'll take a drink. You can have me take a shot with a $25 super chat, so keep that in mind. My point though would be that Voyager would have been the only people to see that, and who would reason you need to build those things. Yeah, not gonna be started on the fucking ship. The Dauntless. We have a video coming out about it. It's not the same as the Dauntless and Voyager. It's actually quite different. And it is an alternate reality. It is an alternate timeline because you can tell by Janeway's comm badge and the uniform. So we're going to have videos coming out about that stuff this weekend. So stay tuned for that, guys. Also this weekend, we're having a Trekyards retrospective of this first half of season 1 of Prodigy. And we're going to have that on Saturday at probably 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys can make it to that, would very much appreciate it. I have arrived, says Shannon Murphy. Did Murph look like he was getting bigger? Didn't really notice. The Dauntless was a great design. Absolutely hate the abomination they put on screen. Like a Delta and a toothpick had a baby. You know, I absolutely hate the Dauntless. This one is no different. So, yeah, the Dauntless is not one of my favorite designs. It's one of Samuel's, though, so he's, of course, super happy about seeing it, so... let's see, Donnie Pearson, how's it going? Nice Transformers t-shirt, thank you. So the Diviner came from the future. Yes, the Diviner did indeed. We're not sure how far in the future. He does say in 50 years after first contact, his planet's trashed, but we're not sure how far into the future he's from. Mark Lawrence shows in $5. Are they taking pointers from STO? I mean, STO has done a great job with most of their season arcs. I'm not sure if they're taking pointers or not, probably not, but thank you so much, Mark. I love that Kraken spice rum. It's so good. Medusans have gone from insanity-causing light show to Ark of the Covenant. Not quite. Didn't melt anybody's face. So... See, Scout Guy thought this episode was absolutely great. Well, thank you. Good to hear that. Donnie says, I love the new Type B post-2380 Starfleet uniforms and comm badges at the end of A Moral Star Part 2. They are similar to the Type A ones in lower decks. Yes, but we're going to talk about the uniforms in a video coming up because there's some interesting things you guys should probably know about those. Yes, they have the cool Future Imperfect badge. No, they don't. It's not the Future Imperfect badge at all. You're thinking the wrong thing. Future Imperfect had the stripes behind it, not just the two bars. Brian Trump throws in an amazing $50 super chat. Well, that definitely qualifies for a shot. Got my nice Kraken shot glass with the K and the Kraken tentacles. But yeah. That hit hard. Oh. Thank you, Brian. Oh my God. I have a theory on what is going on, but so does everyone else. It's true. There are a lot of theories. I loved how it started with a nice beauty shot of the Protostar. Yeah, there's been a lot of nice shots of the Protostar in this show, though, so. Well, the Future Imperfect con badge was in the previous episode. Yes, it was in the Kobayashi episode. It was one of the ones floating around. Admiral Janeway's got great uniform, but sucky ship design. Looks like it fell on its side and someone stepped on it. Maybe that Apollo god from TOS and one of the giant hands. Donnie says it was the All Good Things comm badge we have seen at the end of Emerald Star Part 2. Yes, you're correct, Donnie. The Ronin, howdy Captain, money is a bit tight here due to some dental issues, but enjoy your night. Love the episode. Well, thank you very much, Ronin, and don't worry about the money situation. Sorry to hear about your dental issues. Dental issues always suck. As I always say, I have 3 fears in life: running, math, and the dentist. Hate them all. So, Evil Janeway had a nice uniform. Yeah, Evil Janeway was nice. Uniform and her makeup. I thought she was great. They look like the Scrap Generations uniforms. Similar, for sure. Absolutely. Space Meme HTD 309. Captain, what's your take on the missing Chakotay? Don't know yet. That's the thing that's... Because apparently the crew that is behind Janeway, those are Chakotay's crew. That's the Andorian, the Tellarite, and the Trill that we know are going to be his crew. They didn't get any lines, but Jason Alexander is the Tellarite, and, you know, they're going to be important coming up in the next few episodes, probably. So I'm not sure what's going on with Chakotay, but Janeway and then them have been looking for him, so I love that. We're going to find out more about that, hopefully. Not really soon, but soon enough as far as episodes go. If Prodigy is set in 2383 and the planet Solon was utterly destroyed 50 years after, I'd say the Protostar is from the 2420s to 2430s. Well, there you go. No, Donnie, the Protostar did not cause the burn. SC Scout Guy, I have never really liked the Dauntless design. It looks like sort of a mutated turtle. I've always hated it. I've been very vocal about the fact that I hate that ship design. It is not a nice design. Rick usually does really fantastic work because that was designed by Rick Sternbach, but I hate that ship. It is not attractive at all. That being said, Samuel likes it, so varying opinions over here at Trekyards with that, but I was not pleased to see it, and I could do without it for sure. Protostar is a nice ship. Protostar is great. Large, unidentifiable reptile. Really liked what we saw in the 2380s uniforms. Not as sure about the new Dauntless. Yeah. We have a video coming out comparing it to the original one and how different it is, because it is quite different. So, but the bridge is pretty much exact. So we have a video coming out on Saturday on the ship itself, the exterior, and on Sunday is like part 2 where we look at the bridge, because the bridge is identical to how it's in the show. So Ronan, LOL, I appreciate it, Captain. No problem. Just I hope everything's good with that. So Colin says the new Dauntless reminds me of an awful lot of the Rick Sternbach original prototype of the USS Voyager, just because of the underslung nacelles. But yeah, no. The original design for the Voyager was awesome. I loved that design. Especially the one that had the fin. There's one that has a fin on the top and on the bottom, like a big solar thing. Those are amazing designs. I wish they would have used them, but alas, we didn't get that. So we have to deal with what we got. Protostar is a nice ship. Janeway's ship is going to look like crap. It literally looks like crap. Gwen's Diviner's homeworld was beautiful. Sean says, do you think Shinzon might have a kid and could turn up in Picard? Bonus points if Sela is the grandmother. That might be interesting. An interesting spin on things, sure. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Thomas says, Foley! I've always said I love the Dauntless on this channel. I don't know why they changed the best design in Trek. That ship was an abomination, like a toothpick, and Delta had a baby. But the episode, 10 out of 10. I don't know who would like, why would you like the Dauntless? It's such an ugly design. It's, ugh. Ozzy Madero's $2. Rest in peace, General Grievous. Yeah, that was stupid too, getting his head cut off by a little cetacean kitten. Or she got adamantium claws or something. I don't know. In my opinion, the Protostar isn't from the future, but the Diviner is. Samuel's ship is Dauntless-esque. It is, yeah. Fleet Pod, just because you know the designers doesn't mean you have to like them. Exactly. There's a lot of their ship designs I don't like. Mark Lawrence, Dauntless wasn't Starfleet to begin with, so that's why it's not design language. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And actually it would be fine if it was like a ship in a tube. Like, you know, those tube ships that you see like in certain sci-fi where it's basically like a clear tube and the people get in little pods and the thing closes and they get shot through the tube. If it was that, and I get it, that's kind of what they were going for with the slipstream drive idea. But then it's fine. But as a starship, it's just ugly, dude. It's just ugly. I hate that design. More than that, Protostar is one kick-butt ship. Well, among the kick-butt ships in Star Trek history. Yeah. SC Scout Guy, I can see Gomas marketing the Dauntless as the Star Trek themed butt plug. Oof. Dude. At least it looks like the Diviner is not Chakotay. Hashtag facts. Ozzy, well, if the Protostar contacts Starfleet, it will destroy Starfleet ships. Not necessarily. They said that the Starfleet ships would turn on each other, so they basically fire on their own ships. But there's people on board that can stop that. So I don't know how that's going to play out exactly, but we'll see how that goes. Space Mime HTD 309, Captain, does this cliffhanger mean that Starfleet has quantum slipstream like the pocketbooks? I'm hoping something like that, yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Jeff Sturm, you are supposed to hate that ship. It's not a good guy's ship. It's a bad guy's ship, pretending to be a good guy's ship. The Dauntless, LOL. Can't believe I wrote all that. Right? Dave Borach, hey, did Zero heal the Diviner? He didn't seem to need the blue stuff in post. That's a good question, because that's, yeah, Janeway rips the tube off and he's like stumbling around the bridge. He can hardly he's hardly fine. And then they pause Janeway and they go to the holodeck and he's fine all of a sudden. It's like, that's an error, but okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. That's fine. But then, yeah, after, when he's abandoned on the planet, he's not even wearing a suit at all. He's just shirtless. So I don't think she necessarily healed him, or that Zero healed him. But I don't know, man. Long live the pug. Yes, the snoring pug behind the camera. Jonathan, so the Janeway hologram was not physical before, but now it is? The end got a little confusing. Bridge became a holodeck, then the crew on the bridge, but the villain is still in a holo program. What the fuck are you talking about, Jonathan? So yes, they added, I guess, hard light, physical, like tactile force fields to the hologram, so yes. The end got a little confusing. Bridge became a holodeck. The bridge did not become a holodeck. They went down to the holodeck. Then the crew is on the bridge, but the villain is still in the holo program. The villain's not in a holo program. They put the villain back on the mining facility on the rock. essentially. He's the only unwanted now. So I hope that cleared up your problems, Jonathan. It was not the bridge turning into a holodeck. They went down to the holodeck, and they left the diviner on the asteroid, the mining asteroid. BJ Turan, yes, they fought after first contact, over first contact. Wake Roberts, mark my words, we have not seen the last of Dreadnock. I agree. Thomas, it's sleek, Foley. It's just such a great, slender ship. I wish I had more fed details. I wish it had more fed details. You should have seen how quickly it went from its Dauntless to what the fuck is that? Yeah, I know. It's not sleek at all. It's not. It's fucking ugly. It is ugly. There's no way. There's no two ways around it. It is an ugly design. So say it's sleek all you want. Sure, it's sleek. Like a fucking toothpick is sleek. Doesn't make it attractive or anything aesthetically pleasing. Sorry, but I'll never agree that it's a nice design. Colin Barrett, true, I like John Yu's work, but damn, those 32nd century starships are ugly as hell. Well, he didn't design a lot of the 32nd century stuff. He didn't design a lot of those. Those are by other people. General Grievous, $2. I'll be back at Aussie. Shakes fist. I'll be back. Thank you very much, General Grievous. The diviner said Starfleet from the Evil Mirror universe. It's not what he said, Ozzy. Go back and listen again. Or join us tomorrow for a live at it'll be 5 Eastern Standard Time, where we do the scene by scene breakdown, and I'll read you the actual quote. He doesn't say that. I thought he said something similar, but he doesn't. So, Sean says, I know where Chakotay is. He's in Shamusi, far from the place of his ancestors. Yes. Thomas, Enterprise makes the Dauntless a Federation Canon ship in the 26th century, so I guess this is the first or second iteration of the Dauntless Federation lineage. Yeah, it's in the background of the Battle of Proxy, whatever the fuck it is, 6, Proxia 6. They just had the asset lying around, threw it in, they didn't think about it. No one would notice it, don't you know? Wake Roberts, he didn't say mere arrival, he said mere arrival. I know I had to go back and turn on the captions. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Wake. David says, I assume they fixed him before getting to the holodeck. Possibly. Janeway's holomatrix was given the same tech as Voyager's Doctor's mobile holo emitter. Seems like it, yeah. Taylor T, $10. Thank you so much. Zero threw down the effing gauntlet. I loved it. Sadly, a friend got hurt in the process. A good lesson to learn and chance for character building. Also, that Dauntless was a good recreation inside. Yes, like I said, our video on the exterior of the ship is on Saturday. The part 2 of that, which is the bridge, is on Sunday, and the bridge is impressive. It is exact. It is awesome. So cheers. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mark Lawrence, $5. We're happy to see more existing canon being used like the Dauntless. Whether you like the design or not, it's great to see. Means they care. Absolutely. So yeah, I'll be the first to admit, just because I don't like the ship doesn't mean I'm not happy that they're using it, because they are using canon ships, canon designs, and that's important. So yes, I do agree. Jeff Sturm, if the diviner is from the alternate universe, then the computer program he wrote won't work, especially if it's from the JJ verse, basing that on just because. Yeah. Soft dreams, LOL. Don't know what you're LOLing. Joseph says, Cap, I'm with you. It's effing ugly. Thank you, Joseph. Shannon Murphy said it's hideous. Yeah. Ooh, we're shaking fists now. Sweet, shakes fist. Curse you. The quote confused me too. ST Scout Guy, so if the Rev 12 is gone, how is the diviner surviving on the asteroid without a shield and atmosphere? That's a good point, actually. Maybe he's in on the asteroid. Perhaps he is still in the holodeck. I'll give you that. There's no real clarification on that, but the line of dialogue is the diviner is now the only one of the unwanted. So that's a very good point. Very good point. Never considered that. We'll have to talk about that tomorrow. Jeff Sturm, I'm sure that someone out there likes the Dauntless. A lot of people do. Azadi Prime, I think. Yes, I think it's the Battle of Azadi Prime. You might be right. Or that was the episode. That was the episode. You're right. Yeah, it was Proxima something. The Battle of Procyon 5 or something. Trying to remember. I think the episode was Azadi Prime, but it was the Battle of Procyon 5, I think. Chakotay is busy doing some Spirit Quest thing. Jeff Stern, the Prometheus was in the same battle as well as the Enterprise J. Yes. Thomas, Foley, drink. Here's the more 5s became 10s real fast. You'll learn to love the Dauntless. There's not enough fucking alcohol in the world to make me like the Dauntless. I'm sorry. It's like the retro Bird of Prey that is an Enterprise, that pre-Bird of Prey, Bird of Prey. Like, no. Good tea, nice house, $5. Baby Tiana saves the day. Aside from that, these writers really know how to end an episode and keep you interested and looking forward to the next. Yeah, the Cetacean thing, her cutting off Dreadlock's head was annoying as hell. Hashtag do not approve. Project Achieve, I just finished the episode. Holy crap, that ending. Taylor T, they did a damn fine job on that bridge. I was really impressed. Yep, like I said, the bridge video will be out on Sunday. Project Achieva, did they leave the Diviner on the asteroid? That's what I thought, but it was just brought up a second ago that the Rev 12 isn't there to supply the force field and stuff. Well, that being said, there is other force field generators on that asteroid because the Rev 12 already left once. Rev 12 left to find them and almost caught them before they proto-jumped that first time. So I'm guessing that there are still generators on the planet, on the asteroid. So, there you go. The Dauntless is going to divide us like the Diviner's planet. Murph has a tracker. General Grievous, it's not surprising that the Federation Dauntless is different from Arcturus's design. If you look at the B-12 stealth bomber that the U.S. Air Force uses today and the stealth drones they use today. Sure. It shouldn't have fucking exist. It was never a Federation ship. Sure, Voyager might have the files of how it looks, but that's a stupid premise to be like, oh, that looks fucking great. Let's build one of those. The fuck? No. It should, no. I'm getting started. Anyway, Wake Roberts. Wouldn't it make sense to use the ship that is equipped with slipstream drive to conduct a search? It's the only thing that has a prayer of keeping up with the proto drive. Yes, it does. That's probably why she's in charge and in command of that ship. That's what I suggested in the video that we have coming out on Saturday. So, like I said, watch that so you don't miss out on the good discussion, because Samuel already filmed a video on that. So, but yes. Eric Martin, $5. Haven't even seen the episode, but I'm enjoying the discussion. Well, Eric, you gotta watch it. So, cheers. Gonna need more drink soon. Shannon Murphy, classic villain stuff, such as fish shaking and calling foes fools is fun. Calling foes fools is fun. Calling foes fools is fun. Fuck, say that 5 times fast. General Grievous, there are clear design elements they pulled from the flying wing that is used in the German Luftwaffe during World War II. Shannon Murphy, I love the stealth bomber. Tinfoil Ninja, yep, Procyon 5, thank you for the clarification. Jeff Sturm, I know that would make Captain happy if the TOS Connie showed up, which I hope that one will. Doesn't have to do anything, but I hope one shows up. Well, I've already seen one. We've seen a TOS Connie, 2 of them actually, in Prodigy already. They were in that little graphical display of the most important ships in Starfleet history that Janeway showed the kids. So, Procyon 5 is the battle from Azadi Prime. Thank you, Fleetpaw. That sounds right. The battle of Procyon 5. Trill Anson, our USS Crappy Starship is hot. Hope the beauty makes it to the Protostar. Another beauty star. Sean says, did you notice how much the Diviner planet looks like the time Time Lord Citadel. I did not notice that because I don't really watch Doctor Who. Jonathan, I like the scene where we see the real Janeway. I sort of expected her to look like the future Janeway from the Voyager finale, but it was a pleasant surprise. Well, she's not that old yet, so she's got the gray streak going. She's getting up there in age, but she's not at that age yet where she would be going back. So it's fine. How is Ensign quiet? He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Don't get me started on him today. His mother yelled at him for like 10-15 minutes earlier because he's an idiot. So that's all we're going to say about that. General Grievous, the B-2 stealth bomber takes clear design cues from the German flying wing. Fleet Pass says the Trill officer was pretty stunning. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for getting joined. I'll join with her. I'll put something in her tummy. Moving on. BJ Turan, the Trill ensign looks a bit like Victor's fiance from the Tim Burton Corpse Bride. Triangular face with big eyes. General Grievous, I'm trying to remember the exact name, but it was the prototype German plane. Project Achieva, Star Trek really loves Trill babe ensigns. They do. Yeah. ST Scout Guy, the Dauntless reminds me of the alien from Independence Day. Yeah, it does have that kind of, the shape of their head and the shape of the hull of the Dauntless definitely are similar for sure. That's good. Shannon Murphy, I just remember that we tested out a lot of Luftwaffe planes in the Spanish Civil War, including that thing that made the sound. The Stukas. Yeah, the Stuka bombers. This is Jericho. Just what Star Trek needs? Another bloody uniform variant. Rock must have added hard light and force fields to the... Well, Rock didn't do it. Gwen did. But to the Hull of Janeway before departing the mission, do something on camera, Rock. It was Gwen that was sitting at the terminal that had the open holodeck, or the Janeway hologram program, and Janeway came up and said, those are some impressive upgrades. So it was Gwen that did that, not Rock. Trekyards, hey Cap, having trouble with the STL file. We'll have to take another look at it. Okay, no problem. So those were accurate alternate future uniforms? No, they were not. We'll get into that on our video on the uniforms, which will probably be out Monday. I would imagine Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday. BJ Turan, notice that Janeway wears her admiral's rank on the right shoulder while the rest of the crew has rank pips on the collar. Cool way to distinguish flag officers from the rest of commissioned officers. General Grievous, the reason why the United States made such rapid progress with the space program and the aeronautics is that they brought all the German scientists over who worked on German plans from World War II. Yes, like Werner von Braun. Called Operation Paperclip. Shannon Murphy says, Operation Paperclip, I know, Russians did the same with whatever scientists they could get their hands on. Joseph says, I read online that one of the showrunners debunked the fan theory that the diviner was Chakotay or Dreadnock was Janeway. He said the fans were digging in the wrong place. That intrigues me. Jeff Sturm, I like your screensaver. Well, it's not a screensaver, but thank you. David Borach, note, Starfleet has increased another thousands, so are in a new year. Okay. Wake Roberts, could we have just seen our first science vest uniform variant, similar to Scotty's work vest? Yeah, it could also just be a Tellarite thing, honestly. But yeah, the Tellarite is wearing a different uniform. But yeah, it's probably an engineering uniform. That's the vibe that I got too. BJ Turan, Horton Who 229 was the German jet flying wing. The United States Air Force had a flying wing bomber developed after World War II. I don't really care, guys. This is not a World War II discussion, so we're just going to move on. You guys can chat about it. I'm just not going to read it. Black Dragon says, what I really wanted to know is what happened to Chakotay. And we'll get that information. We will get there. Don't you worry. Eric Martin, I'll watch the episode eventually. My Android box is acting funny and I don't have Crave. Well, shit, son. That sucks. Ozzy says, so is Rock as chief engineer on the Protostar now? Not really sure. Could be the case. SC Scout Guy, the USS space program also benefited greatly from Canada canceling the Avro Aero project. Here we go. I don't care. Okay, Premier Miller throws in $10. Shit, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Let me finish this drink. Pour myself another one in a second. But it says Soviets copied the B-29 that landed there, making the Tu-4. They needed a heavy bomber that didn't have their own design. Could be the same for Starfleet to copy the only quantum drive ship they've seen. Sure. It's stupid. This alien tried to trick you. They disguised their ship to look like a Federation ship. It had nothing to do with any Federation tech at all. But yeah, we're going to use that fucking design, for sure. That being said, it is quite different. It is quite different than the Dauntless we see in Voyager, so they have modified the design, which makes sense. So, sure. I just think it's really stupid. We should never see that thing in Starfleet, because it's not a Starfleet ship. You know what I mean? So, if you want me to read any of your World War II silliness, even though I love World War II, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge history buff, I just don't want to talk about it right now. But anyway, if you want me to read those, you will have to super chat them, because I'm going to skip them, so. Zero was a bit careless. They were desperate at that point, so yeah. So bottom line, what did you think overall? I liked it. It felt a little lost in a few spots, and there was no fucking plan. The kids had no plan. Their plan was to take the Protostar off the ship. Boom, that's it. They had no plan. Everything else was like, the manacles. We're gonna hook up the translator through the manacles. It was all last minute things they thought of. Even getting rid of Dreadnock with the Catation, like with the adamantium claws. It was all just bullshit. They had no plan, and that's fine because they are kids. They thought they had a plan. They didn't really have a plan, and that's fine. I think as a part 1 and 2, if you watch them together, it's fine. Part 2 was kind of for me until like the last 30 seconds. And it's like, okay, now it's getting interesting. So I liked it, but I could have liked it more. The Trill Engine has tall red boots, and they could walk all over me. Why not use the Aventine? I don't know. Let's see. Because she's not canon at the moment. Good answer, Fleetpaw. There's probably reasons why it's the Dauntless. This show is good with canon. It is. Idaho Fur. It was great. It was a great idea to have Janeway on the ship at the end to get the kids interested more into Star Trek. Okay, you're gonna have to go downstairs soon if you keep snoring. Hey. Oh, sorry. You're gonna have to go downstairs soon if you're gonna keep snoring. Do you understand? You're a little loud. Nobody likes you. Because you smell. Jeff Sturm, using the Dauntless can give another race in the galaxy the wrong message because the Voyager crew didn't know who else had come in contact with it. Yeah, that's that too, yeah. Sebastian, aka Space Daddy, says, just started listening to the live. Sounds like you really didn't like the episode. I didn't say that. Just that the bar for Prodigy episodes has been so high that they can't hit that every time for everybody, and this one was just a little for me. I did not hate it. It's still going to have a high ranking. It's way better than a lot of other new Trek. But for Prodigy, it was a little lackluster, in my opinion. Too many conveniences, too many things just going their way, just because of no reason. Yeah, that's my thinking. Defiant Mr. Raven Productions. Hail Satchoid Man. What do you think when the sailed Klingon ships from Pasa? I'm sorry for any anger I've caused on the last live you did. Okay, when the cell Klingon ship from Fasta, the One Wing. That's a fucking ship, all right. I gotta look into the reason it exists. I gotta read the description for it. It's an interesting design for sure. I don't know if I like it though, but it falls in line with like the Saladin, and the Hermes and stuff. So, being one to sell. So, Joseph says, I think I'm more bummed I have to wait so long for Prodigy to come back. I totally forgot where we were in Disco. So I hope there's a nice recap before next week's episode. It'll just be a last time on. SC Scout guy, so is the Protostar actually itself from the future or just the Diviner? Not sure. I think that just the Diviner is from the future. Samuel's hung all of his, hung his hat and everything else on the hook of, no, the Protostar's from the future too. I don't believe so. So we're kind of in two camps about that. So, yeah, I don't think it is. This is Jericho. Voyager would have been more impactful, but I imagine they aren't allowed to use that ship. Who's not? The showrunners, they definitely can. But the Voyager would be in a museum as soon as it got back. It would not be on active service for sure. So Brian Trump throws in $20, which means I gotta pour another drink. Which is fine. That's good shit. Thank you so much for the super chat, Brian. Based on the last minute or so of the show, SC Scout Guide say the Protostar is from present day, but the Diviner is from the future. Yep, that's my thinking too. Shannon Nash just finished it. Hello, Janeway needs to keep the goth look. Hot damn. Yes, she does. Trekyards, I see what you mean. Awesome. Something about the Dauntless geometry must help with slipstream drive. Otherwise, why build such an ugly ship? Yep. Absolutely. Jonathan, there was chaos going on, and two miners finally can understand each other saying, and the first thing they want was to profess their love for each other. It was awkwardly funny. It was pretty good. BJ says, what really wrecks the Dauntless is the super long warp nacelles being pressed so close together, and that weird giant vent grilling in the back. Is that for the AC? That's funny. Fleetpaw, $2. Don't listen to him, Puggins. We love you. Puggins. Hi, the people, they say they love you. Well, just Fleetpaw. So nobody important. But thank you, Fleetpaw. Smart Smears. I actually really like this. I think the only thing that felt convenient in their favor was them being able to fly the Rev 12. Gwen getting memory wiped was also convenient, but in the other way. You don't think that the fucking Cetacean cutting off Dreadnock's fucking head was convenient? Because that was the epitome of convenient. That was the stupidest fucking ending to an awesome character I've ever seen. That was convenient. I'm sorry, but... Shannon Murphy says, Prodigy is definitely something to introduce Trek to kids with. Hey, Discovery, swearing like that isn't fucking cool, okay? But it is, though. There's no problem with swearing in the future. Joseph says, I think Samuel really just wants the Protostar to be Kelvin. He seems firmly in that camp. No, I'm more in that camp than he is. I was the one that suggested that it was Kelvin. I've been pushing that for a while. He wasn't quite so convinced. He thought the design looked Kelvin initially, but I had to talk him into why I thought that, or how that would work. So no, that's me. Excuse me. J.L. Young, the Diviner drawing 0 for the rest of his life. Cool. Not Starfleet, but cool. He deserved worse. SC Scout Guy. I don't think that the Protostar itself is from the future. If it were from 50 years in the future, then Janeway would have no reason to search for it for Chakotay. See, that's the thing, though. It could be from the future, came back, got intercepted or acquired by Starfleet. They experimented with it. The Diviner got kicked off somehow. Something happened. They, basically took the ship, used it as a test. See, what the hell's this? This is from the future. It's cool. We acquired this thing. Chakotay, you're in charge of this thing. And then he disappeared on a test flight. So the perfect reason for Janeway to look for him. So it could be from the future, and it could not be from the future. There's different ways to think about it. Vincent just got here. This is Jericho. I don't buy this museum theory. Voyager is still a young vessel that could be used. Only old ships go there. Sure. But I mean, it's got a lot of alien tech in it from all the repairs it's had over the years. It's got quite a journey that it traveled. So I don't know. I'll buy that it's a young ship for sure, because it was brand new when it started. But they'd want to memorialize it in some way because of the crew, the brave crew that, did what they had to do to get back home. Sims Zoid, it would have been fun to see the Nova Rhode Island class at the end instead of the Dauntless, but it may look too similar to the Protostar design. That's not why they would do that. This is not the typical production team of, can you, like in an Enterprise, can you, like, when you make the Enterprise J, can you put the deflector on the front of the saucer? Because our ship has it on the front of the saucer, and if you don't do that, then the viewers aren't going to know that these two ships are the same, like lineage. It's like, you fucking stupid, dumb shits. You realize that's the only Enterprise that has it on the front of the goddamn saucer, right? But anyway, that's why the Enterprise J has the deflector on the front of the saucer. Because the producers were morons. The producers on this show are a lot more Canon and Prime focused and knowledgeable. So, Peter Lukaku, $10. What is your favorite handgun to shoot? My favorite handgun of all time is the Colt model 1911 45 caliber. Or the Colt Delta Elite. I really like that as well. For handguns, anyway. So, yeah. Jeff Sturm, I've learned a lot about FASA from watching Trekyards. Amen. There's a lot more to learn about FASA, and I want to do more FASA videos, but we'll just have to find the time. Smart Smears. Also, episode felt pretty brutal. Janeway just pulled off the Diviner's life support without a second thought, and then Zero just went all in on making him go mad. They weren't playing around. But it's a kids show. I fucking hate that they call it a kids show. Anyway. Won't going to the Delta Quadrant take 70 years? Not at all. Barely an inconvenience. Yeah, that's good. Won't going to the Delta Quadrant take 70 years? No, this says, won't it be hard to get them to the Delta Quadrant considering it takes 70 years? No, it'll be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? David Borich. I'm betting that the Protostar is the first contact vessel, and both the Diviner and Protostar are from the future, but the Diviner is not further in the future. Okay. Don't think the Protostar would be the first contact ship because it is an NX. It's not an NCC. It's an experimental test ship. So chances of it making first contact are very slim. That being said, it has a Protostar drive, so if it fucking warps or protostars to the next quadrant and comes out near a system that has life, I'm sure that Chakotay would reach out and do first contact. So there is that. But if he's undercrewed, and I don't know, man. I don't think. I don't know. BJ says Gwen at the end is a bit like Chekhov coming back on the Enterprise bridge after Wrath of Khan. Yes. You still know how to fire photons, don't you? No Kelvin timeline crossovers contaminating the prime timeline. Bad enough we had it on Discovery. No, it would fix so many things. Why shit is weird. Fleetpaw, you don't understand the bigger picture. Sorry. Ozzy says, we love the pug. Admiral Janeway said, I am coming, Chax. That's not what I heard, but okay. Eric Martin, will the next episode be called the Star Trek Prodigy, The Search for Chakotay? Yes, for sure. The Wrath of the Diviner. Inquisitor Shannon Murphy says, agree, we should destroy any Kelvin counterbound with extreme prejudice. Joseph says, what if the log we saw with Chakotay was in the future and it's when the Diviner Dreadlock first stole it? Could be. It could definitely be the case. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't think it necessarily is either. If you notice, the registry number on the Dauntless is NCC 80 something, which is higher than the Protostar's registry. If you want to go by the logic of ships are built with the ever-growing number on the hull, I think the Protostar is NX74 or something, and the Dauntless was NCC 80. So, yeah. That being said, Janeway could also be from quite a few years in the future, because they only said they detected the Protostar warp signature 3 times now. Each time it used it, doesn't mean that they're not taking readings through time as well. Mario, it would be sad if Voyager went back, but only to be taken down by an antique bird of prey. Jeff Sturm, the past is the future is the past. Sounds like a Janeway quote. I Am Misi throws in $20. Is the show actually set in the 2390s then, based on Admiral Janeway's comm badge? Well, it's set in a fucking alternate timeline based on Janeway's comm badge, so. But it's the All Good Things one. Yeah, but the All Good Things timeline never existed. So, we'll have a discussion about that. Don't worry. Sean says, Picard refit D had a saucer deflector and Voyager had a secondary deflector. Smart Smears, I felt they were building up to the Cetacean so much that she had to do something. I liked her triumphant moment so much I didn't even realize it was at the expense of Dreadnock, but you're right. SC Scout Guy, that isn't the only Enterprise with it on the front of the saucer, though. Warship Enterprise from the new... Okay. No, seriously, guys. That's why there's only one on the front of the Enterprise J. Some of the Doug Drexler designs for the Enterprise J have it on the bottom on a secondary hull, like the Congo class, which could have been the Enterprise J. Much better looking, much more in line with the lineage. But the producers are like, oh, the viewers are so stupid. They're not gonna know that this ship is the Enterprise. Our Enterprise has it on the front. Can you do that, please? So Doug had to do that. So it's like, whatever. Yeah, Cat, my man. 1911, A1 for me. Nice. Shannon Murphy says they said that about Clone Wars. It's a kid's show. Well, that may introduce those people to a complication of brutal Clone Wars death in tune to Mr. Blue. Yes, a dude made one. Mario, anything pointing out that Janeway uniform was basically the one from Lower Decks? We'll have an episode on the fucking on the uniforms. Just chillax, guys. Chillax. BJ says, before first contact, the Diviner's planet was at peace. All buttercups and beer. Then afterwards, it was like a truck rally in Ottawa. So sad to see the Paradise Lost. Area 51, I love Cap's derp voice for producers. Thank you. George Mangrum, maybe the Cerritos made first contact. Everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy that, so his planet's fine right now, but he's put this weapon in the Protostar. So by the time the Protostar meets another Starfleet ships start attacking each other, whatever this fucking stupid weapon does, because that makes no fucking sense, but whatever. But at the same time, not all ships are going to be affected at once, probably just local ones, and it'll spread slowly. But a ship near his homeworld makes first contact. Says, hey guys, first contact, how's it going? We're the Federation. We'll be back soon. then they get entangled in their own civil war because of the Diviner's stupid fucking weapon, and never get a chance to go back and check on the Diviner's planet. And the Diviner's planet gets divided, as you said, people that wanted to follow federations, ones that wanted to stay true to their ideals. Usually you'd have a federation representative there talking about you're not losing your ideals and you're not becoming homogenized with us. It's a bit of both. So, but because the federation is a civil war, all the ships are getting destroyed for whatever fucking reason. They never got back there, and that's what caused the Diviners. So maybe the Diviner himself is responsible for the destruction of his own planet. It's a temporal paradox. It is a self-fulfilling destiny, if you will. So, who knows? Yeah, they never had a chance to send the Cerritos to do second contact. Sean says, we know none of the Dauntless species. And the Mon, given they can translate all languages. Oh yeah, the Arcturus guy. Inquisitor Shannon Murphy says the Janeway Chakotay shippers are rejoicing. I can hear them now. Yeah. Jaddock Productions. Hey Cap, thanks for standing by me over the last few weeks. The old Trek loving me is back. Trekyards forever. Trekyards forever. And yeah, I hope you're feeling better, man. Let's see. Timelines. This is no time to talk about time. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The Russian spy is gone. We got a bot. Bye-bye, biatch. J.L. Young, the kitten should have jumped on Dreadnock's chest and pried his head off with a mining tool. That would have made more sense. Aid to the men. Jonathan, it would be funny if Chakotay was on the prison planet with them the whole time. Joseph Barbado, the Congo class looks way better. Hell, fuck yeah. Smart Smears saw the new uniforms and thought more work for Trekyards. Hey, same here. That's exactly what I thought. Last 30 seconds, I'm like, watching the episode, it's like, it's not going to be a whole lot to talk about. No real new videos to make. Last 30 seconds, it's like, yeah. Diviner's plot was a mixture of Control's Khan and the Trojan Horse. Jeff Sturm, the whole show was a temporal paradox. Go figure, since it was the most canon and most of the shows, except for Lower Decks, that is. Carlos says, well, I watched it twice, the season break, and it was very underwhelming. Even with the last surprise, it just didn't hit the points. Yeah, that's what kind of what I said to Carlos. And like I said, Sebastian, aka Space Daddy, asked me, so it sounds like you don't like it. It's like, well, the problem is Prodigy's already set such a high bar. Every episode has been great in different ways. So they're not all going to be able to hit the same and just improve. There's going to be one or two little road, potholes in that road. So it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, especially considering, or compared to a lot of new Trek. But compared to Prodigy episodes, it's on the okay side. So. David says, half the problem with the Diviner's planet was that they thought that they were alone in the universe, and then Starfleet stopped by to borrow a cup of dilithium. Aye, yes, it's true. Jaddock Productions. Once I figure out how to get Paramount Plus onto my Xbox, I'll be marathoning Prodigy with kids and with my kids and the stepkids. And for me and my missus, we will be marathoning other Trek. And each other. Am I right? Tinfoil Ninja. I mean, is the kitten not a babycation? She is. Jeff Sturm. This is going to be a busy week for a busy year for Trekyards. Yeah, it is. Carlos says, was the editing a bit off? A little rush? Yes. Yep. Samuel and myself both refer to a few editing things in the in our other review. So yeah, it was. I am Misi. Even before the Civil War, his race seemed like dicks. like the Vulcan purists, really. Jedic Productions, yeah, well, we will be practicing boarding ops. Wink, wink. Shuttle ops. I love that Rock got some character growth with redirect the plasma and do the thing, and Jacob's like, how about I hold the door and you go do that, because I don't understand what the fuck you said. Was fucking great. So, alright, I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. Always repeating. Let's refresh this page. I don't know why it keeps doing the same fucking... There's literally a couple hundred here, and it decides to play the same ones over and over again for some reason. It's really annoying. YouTube's random YouTube shuffle thing and YouTube's playlist thing is broken, fundamentally broken. I wish so. I wish the episodes were longer. I think we all kind of wish the episodes were longer, yeah. I am Missy. Murph seemed real sad to lose the power of a star. Yeah, I thought Murph actually still had the star in him at that point. Was getting sick, like, we gotta get this thing out of him. But yeah, it was gone, so. Hit about 10 centimeters of snow on the ground right now. I fucking hate it. Oh. Yeah, I shoveled a few times last night. I shoveled today. We got a little bit of snow coming down. We're not supposed to get much over tonight, like a centimeter or so, so not too bad. But yeah, I'll be shoveling again in the morning. Thank you, BJ Tehran. I like to keep you guys entertained with more than just me. You have things to look at now. Did they beam it out of Murph? Yes, that's kind of what, yeah. Project Achieva. Wait, so the Protostar got beamed out of Murph. Can we beam stars? Is that how they got it into Murph? Hard to say. It's the power of a Protostar. It's not necessarily a Protostar, but size-wise, it doesn't feel like it would be a Protostar. Know what I mean? So I don't know. David says, is it just me, or does it look like the second set of the cells pop out when the Protostar... Is it just me, or does it look like a second set of nacelles pop out when the protostars during proto-jump? David, the nacelles move down, and the whole back of the secondary hull opens up, and a huge protostar nacelle comes out, proto-drive nacelle. So yes, there's changes to the ship for sure. SC Scout Guy, I wonder if you will see the Protostar has now sped up Murph's growth through evolution. That's what I was thinking. Even when Murph ate the photonic grenade like 2 or 3 episodes ago and it exploded, I'm like, that's gonna like give him a huge boost of energy, and he's gonna metabolize a lot quicker, and he's gonna grow. No, not the case. So I thought that might happen this time, but nope, not the case. Or it could be. Maybe it will have an effect on him. Fleet Pass says they're calling for between 20 centimeters and 40 centimeters tonight. I'm hoping they're wrong. Well, that sucks. I am Missy. He has been more animated and affectionate since then. Huh? Yeah. I mean, Janeway and Chakotay made more sense organically than him and Seven, but he got screwed out of both, lol. But did he get screwed in both? Because that would be, yeah. Even if he got screwed out of them later, at least you were screwed while in them. Well, thank you, Fleet Paw, for sharing the Protostar video. Yeah, we're gonna have some good videos coming up the next few days, so I'm glad the All Good Things TNG Com badge is now canon in the Prime timeline, because they always liked it. And more than the similar Picard ones. But is this the Prime timeline? We don't know. But yes, it is cool to see it. I do like it as well. I have a Trekyards version, but it's downstairs. Murph did have a pattern on his back, which I didn't notice from earlier episodes. Did not notice that. I'll have to take a look. I got to try to drive Tom. Gotta try to drive to work tomorrow in the snow. That sucks. It does suck. That's why I love working from home, and even Sylvia's working from home now. So, guys, we have 67 likes, 71 people here. Can we hit 80 likes? Can we get another 13 likes? I think we can. Hit that like button if you haven't already. If you've just forgotten, if you just said fuck you and don't want to hit it anyway. And if you've forgotten, hit it, please. Let's go to at least 80, maybe even 100 likes. Let's see how high we can get. Be one of those few that helps out the channel right now by hitting that like button. Would appreciate it. When Seven joined the crew, a lot of secondary characters in Voyager got sidelined to some degree. And there's nothing wrong with that, because have you seen Seven? Good evening, Cap. I just dropped in to say hi and listen to your ending. I was listening to the creator of Protostar. Ooh, nice. Yeah, they're going to be on our show. We're going to have the producers of that on our show as well. So stay tuned for those discussions. Joseph Cole, all right, Cap, feeling a bit entitled, and I apologize. But even if you have already talked about this, what are your thoughts on the episode? Just got home from work. It was meh. Like I said, the bar for Prodigy episodes has been set so high by their high standards and their high quality that they're going to hit a few bumps in the road, and this is one of them. It was pretty all right until like the last 30 seconds, and I was like, ooh, that's cool. I'm excited now. But that didn't make up for it, in my opinion. As a whole, part 1 and 2 together are pretty good. But there was just there was problems with their lack of a plan and all the coincidences and things that happened in their favor. So I have a few issues with it, but we'll see how the scoring goes tomorrow, because I don't think it's going to score as high as some of the other ones we've done for sure. Speaking of, guys, Saturday we're having our Trekyards retrospective review of part 1, the first half of season 1 of Prodigy. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's going to start. It'll be about 4 hours. Stop by, send us super chats, have us drink. But both me and Samuel on there will be chatting about the episodes and just like a stroll down memory lane for the first half of the season. So if you guys can make it, I'd appreciate it. Joseph says, all right, Cap. Oh, there's that one. Never mind, Joseph. I just told you. Fleet Paw. Oh, that's right. BJ, I forgot. You're pretty close to me. Ronan. Shit, I forgot, but I got it up to 69. Well, it's up to 81 now, guys. Let's get another 19. Let's get to 100. Derek Prindle. Being a kids show, this will have effects on other Star Trek shows. Will this have effects? Okay, for fuck's sakes, Derek, it's not a kids show. We just had this discussion like half an hour ago. Not a kids show, but yes, this will be mentioned or impact other shows, I'm sure, in the future. So yes, it's canon. Boom, done. Discussion over. Thomas says, I always give a like. Good man. PJ says, to be a YouTuber or Etsy seller. The rest of my happily homebound family, only I drive to work. Matt Boardman, the brave, the proud, the like button clickers. Aye. Marvel Cuphead is here. Hello. Carlos A. Smith. Oh no, the Trojan horse is a virus. The Federation ships do virtual handshakes with each other as to update sensor logs, mission reports. It's a secondary function that is automatic. Yes. Yes, it is. Shannon Murphy, what's your lightsaber collection at? I have 2. And they're back here. Do you really want to see my lightsabers? I mean, nothing super impressive or like expensive or anything, but if you want to know, Shannon, do you want the good guys or the bad guys? Oh, that's the wrong button. The bad guys. Oops. Or it's like, oops. Yeah. Yeah, this is Darth Vader's, and this is Luke Skyjacker's. Yes, I said skyjackers. It's freaking the pug out, though. I should have brought these out last night. The pug's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's all I really have for lightsabers, though, Shannon. Where the fuck am I? Oh, there it is. Oh, Shannon wasn't even asking me. She was asking Jenna Grievous. She's fine. I don't have any lightsabers, Shannon. Marvel Cuphead. What did you think of Bounty Hunter Bane? Spoilers, dude. What the fuck? I thought it was awesome. Moving on. Fleetpaw. He still hasn't collected mine yet. Oh, your lightsabers? No. General Grievous has not. Thomas Hill. Do you not like the idea of the weapons that is going to cripple the Federation? I'm not a fan of it, personally, but as Samuel says, even if the ships start, like, locking out the crews are going to figure that shit out and fix it. Pretty simple. So it's not going to affect the crew. Joseph Cole, I felt like all the plot threads just kind of fizzled out within a few minutes. So I agree, meh. Thanks for indulging me and repeating yourself. No problem. And yeah, you're right. A lot of the plot threads did fizzle out. A lot of them can come back, though. I think the Diviner and Dreadnock are both going to come back at some point. The Diviner's secret weapon is holographic communications from Disco. Project Achivo, why is the Diviner even called the Diviner? No one knows. Fleetpaw, tell Samuel to actually drink this time. His drinking gets old, and it reeks of cheating. You gotta tell him, man. He's like, I won't have a shot. I will not be told how to drink. It's like, hey, that's not how you do shots, though. Literally, someone pours you a shot, you have a shot, you down that. And you like, talk, have another drink, whatever. And you have to do another shot. And then after 2 or 3 shots, you don't care, and you start doing more shots. But he doesn't like doing that, so. Pretty close to, because that's right. What? Eric says, once Gwen tells the story how the Federation not just avoid the Diviner's world in the future, so in a sense the Diviner will get what he wanted. Shannon says to Fleetpaw, he wouldn't dare take mine. General Grievous would take yours, Shannon. So it's repeating? If this thing's repeating, I'm going to fucking be mad. Thomas Hill, when I hear of a weapon making ship attack each other, I thought Romulan Shadow Ship and Armada too. Ooh, yeah. The Dorothetti, my theory is that the Diviner is on the Protostar's holodeck because I don't think Gwen would leave her father behind to perish in insanity after seeing Zero's true appearance. He's aboard. I hope not. Pumpkin Spice just got here. USS Gauntlet made real by Starfleet, unless they did not know it was an alien vessel. We already talked about that ad nauseum at the beginning, so. Love those kick butt lightsabers. Duel of Fate intensifies. Sorry, just got on. Thanks. I do enjoy your page. Thank you, Derek. Jeff says, if the captain had a drink every time someone called it a kid's show, he would run out of alcohol. And Joseph says, hello there, Admiral Foley. Shannon Murphy, haha, now I got him to play with his lightsabers. Joseph says, and the live has gone off the rails. General Grievous, I'll be back with my sabers. Jeff Sturm, so Sam Jackson's lightsaber, purple, color combination of blue and red. It's just because he likes purple. That's the same reason that the Discovery's registry number is 1031, because Brian Fuller likes Halloween. So the registry's going to be 1031. It's like, sure. Okay, we'll go with that. They would just reboot the computer like what they did with the Iconian virus, right? Jedi Productions, I'm not sure if you've heard, but NASA has made a massice step towards an FTL drive. Oh yes, the warp bubble thing. Don't care. It'll happen. If it happens, it happens. Cool. But I don't want to follow every fucking. But yeah, I have heard. Don't care. Sean O'Sullivan won last night on last night's Boba. You think Vance could get some ARC Trooper instead? Wouldn't be breaking the creed. Almost as good. Thomas Hill, maybe it's a virus like in the Naked Time, transferred by touch. Sam needs to drink like a grandma. Inquisitor Shannon Murphy says, but this one is mine. Points to cool circle ones. SC Scout Guy, the shields on the Protostar must be hella strong to withstand a constant phaser stream from the Red 12 for that. Depends how high the setting was. If you fire a phaser on its lowest setting, you can like burn off a little bit of paint if you wanted to. So it depends on the setting of the phaser. Joseph Cole, well, I guess it depends on the grandma, doesn't it? Eric Martin, tell Sam to put ice in his drink. Brits find that offensive. Yeah, I don't want to get into that because free refills over here blew his mind, and the cup size is being so big. It's like I'm just gonna go get a refill, and he's like, what? What are you doing? It's like it's free refills. You know, you just fill it as many times as you want. He's like, what? But hey. David says, I know the Dauntless is the red shirt. Once Protostar and Dauntless meet, it will be sacrificed and good riddance. Amen, brother. Jeff Sturm, yeah, I know. Sam Jackson wanted a purple saber. No real significance with it. Shannon Murphy, to register discovery as NCC 1031 is an absolute disgrace and greatly dishonors the great holiday of Halloween. This is true. Thomas Hill, okay, I do redacted my last statement. It's a computer program. I want Luke's lightsaber. It's green. His new one is, yeah. The Team Rocket lightsabers. I don't know. Probably. Matthias. Fleet Paw says, Jackson's saber hilt is also says, bad motherfucker per his request. Just random Star Wars info you may need or may have not known. Smart Smears. We spent a lot of time thinking the other people cast in the shadow are going to be Chakotay's crew, but it turns out to be Janeway's. Or it could be Chakotay's crew going with Janeway to find him. General Grievous. Yeah, the Inquisitors are blasting off again, like Pokemon. Marvel Cuphead. Do you think Bounty Hunter Bane will be in the next big villain for Star Wars movies? No idea. Carlos A. Smith, it bleeds the shield's resistance if continuous. Phasers have many settings. This is true. Also different kind of phasers. Phaser 1, Phaser 2, Phaser 3s, depending on what you're playing. Starfleet Battles has the Phaser 1, which is the most powerful. The Phaser 2, the Phaser 3, which are like point defense phasers. So Shannon Murphy says, although I don't know what Rebels was thinking with that. Project Achieva, just like Tractor Factor, we have different phaser factors. Jada Productions, phasers are considered tools. Yes, tools can kill. Look at insert persons you hate name here. Eric Martin, night cap, busy day tomorrow. Good night, Eric. Have fun shoveling. Darth Eddie, I love how bright the LCAR's interfaces in the background of Janeway's ship are. A nice change of pace from so many of the Kurtzman era toned down on pastel. Yeah, see, this is fucking repeating. This is fucking bullshit. And fuck this noise. Let's go up to the 313. Yeah, so they're not all even all on here. What the hell, damn guy? Oh, fuck's sakes. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Let's do that. There. We'll start from the beginning. Let's go with that. It'll show new ones. And not the same fucking 3 all the time. I don't know why it does that. Now give me a lightsaber staff spinning and see what I do. Spinning's a neat trick. It's never used like a helicopter in File on Order, though. Admiral Janeway versus Hollow Janeway. Who would win in a fight? I thought that was going to happen this week. I thought there was going to be Hollow Janeway versus Hollow Janeway, but never happened. Thomas Hill. I think you're right. Chakotay's crew with Admiral Janeway, they got back. So where is Chakotay? I think that's the case, yeah. Carlos A. Smith. And what made things a little worse is the commercial insert spots. It was more noticeable in this episode than ever. I believe it was more pronounced. Yeah, I will say that too. I will agree with you. Marvel Cuphead says, Trekyards, are you going to play video game Dying Light 2 one day? Probably not. Joseph Cole. I think it's sweet Janeway is commanding a vessel instead of being a desk jockey. I do like where this could go eventually. Derek says, do you think they should have added some of the aliens they rescued to the crew? No, I don't think so. Jeff Sturm, error. Have fun with shoveling. Does not compute. Your facts are uncoordinated. Shannon Murphy says, cough, cough, cough. I agree. Some of the novels and comics put her as a Borg expert desk job, which is totally believable, honestly. Let's be fair. But yeah. Fleet Paw. Error 404. Have fun shoveling snow not found. Please check your URL and try again. Jeff Sturm, I broke the captain with my error comment. Inquisitor Shannon Murphy says, I didn't make you cough, promise. Chakotay is transporter buffer like Scotty was. Thomas Hill, Chakotay sacrificed himself to save the crew. I could see that happening, actually. Main Blag Banner, the Dauntless looked weird, gotta say. Yeah, our episode on Saturday, we'll be talking about that, doing comparisons. So it is different than Dauntless, even though it's the Dauntless. So, but yeah. It's snowing pretty good here right now in Toronto. We're not getting anything here in London, so keep it in Toronto. Very elongated. I know, that's what they usually say when they see it, but the ship, the Dauntless, yeah, it was kind of, I think it was a weird camera angle though. It's not really that. Moving on, Joseph Cole. Anything happened in today's episode which you did not see coming? The end. Didn't see that coming. The Diviner going crazy. Dreadnock getting his head cut off by a fucking kitty cat's claws. Not cool, man. Not cool. Yeah, there's a few things that I didn't see coming. So. Shannon Murphy's giving me a weird face, so right back at you. Oh, the elongated comment. Sorry. It's true. It's just I hear it all the time. So, yeah. Whew. On that note, yeah, this one's not going to get as high a score as some of the other ones for sure. But tune in tomorrow for the live breakdown, review, and discussion of it at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be a fun one. So, 91 likes right now. Hit the like button, guys. Another 9 likes to get to 100. 100 would be an awesome number to end off on, honestly. Still got some drink left if anybody wants to super chat. I'll take a drink without the super chat, though. But, yeah. Being a photographer of 15 years, there are things one should not do with a starship. Amen, brother. Grant McGregor just got out of overtime. I have so many questions. You're gonna have to go back and watch the beginning from the beginning, man, because I'm gonna be winding down here in a minute. Fleet password back. Read as a Dalek. Emergency! Emergency! The snow will not go away. The snow will not go away. Exterminate the snow. Exterminate the snow. Sounded like a Christmas carol. Patrick says, why shouldn't the Dauntless look weird? It's not the actual Dauntless. It's a Starfleet recreation, so it'll obviously look different. Yeah, man. Yeah, we do a side-by-side comparison, so you can see the differences. That'll be Saturday. Jeff says, I just had a thought. What if it's not the Dauntless and that it keeps changing ship class because the Protostar crew broke space and time, somehow pointing the finger at Murph? That's a weird theory. Ozzy, no more wind damage. The car was cut in half, still sitting at McDonald's cars total. All right. Can anybody else decipher that? Derek says, I thought from the start the cat would be joining the crew. Carlos says, I am not getting you drunk. Inquisitor Shannon Murphy, you're not alone. A tree came down in my dorm's parking lot a few weeks ago during an ice storm. Big, big tree, flattened 2 cars. But Ozzy's in Arizona. Like, it was just high winds, no snow or nothing. So, but yeah. 7 more likes. 7 more likes to get to 100, guys. Can we do 7 more likes? I think we can. I think we can. I wonder. I don't think it'll matter on here. Yeah, because it's turned down on here. Should have the sounds playing sometimes.
Serial number SC937-0176 CEC. Service rank Captain. Position Starship Command. Current assignment USS Enterprise. Commendation small leap of Axonar Peace mission. Rank order of tactics. Class of excellence. Trekyards ribbon of commendation. Awards of valor. Medal of honor. Silver palm with clusters. Starfleet citation for conspicuous gallantry.
Joseph says, I was afraid they wouldn't explore the Medusans' power, and they did. And who would have thought? Sweet little kitty takes out Optimus Grievous. Oh, Grant McGregor, the one big complaint was Janeway is in a ship based on people that were genocide by the Borg, and that was Janeway's fault. It's like wearing the skin of your victims. Oh, that's rough, dude. Carlos A. Smith, okay, I just freeze frame on the Dauntless like class before warping out. It's a bad angle, very bad. It's very bad. It's fucking awful. Marvel Cuphead, Star Trek Prodigy, do you want to see Borgs in the show? No, I don't. General Grievous, $2. Do you have an instant reaction score? No, I never give scores the night before. I save that for tomorrow. It's probably a 6.7 or so. Shh. That might change by tomorrow. Murphy, everyone is making jokes about the car cutting in half. Don't park under the McDonald's, sing. Brian Trump throws in another $20. Oh my God, that is awesome, sir. Thank you so much. Joseph Cole, I feel like we need to know more about the Diviner's race. First contact. Thomas Hill, gotta go. Good night. Good night, Captain. Good night, Thomas. Jeff Sturm, having the screen change on repeating does not really bother me that much as long as there's something Even having the Trekyards logo by itself would be okay. Yeah, I know, but there's like 600 and some odd different Alcars animations, and it's showing you 30 of them. That pisses me off. I took the time to put these in here to, I want you guys to see the different stuff. So when it starts fucking repeating, it gets really fucking irritating to me. See? It makes it a red alert. I should have the other controller for the lights, so I could have changed the light behind the TV to red when the red alert went off. Excuse me. Shannon Murphy, what's wrong with the Borg? Give the kids a real treat, a real threat. I don't like the Borg. They're fucking boring. Sean O'Sullivan, make your score 6.9 just because. No. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day tomorrow. Goodbye, Marvel Cuphead. Precious day. One more like. Oof, we're almost at 100. That's awesome. Carlos A. Smith. Okay, spoiler alerts. The front hull is the ancestor design for the Discovery Janeway class. Sons of bitches. Jeff Sturm. Oh, okay, I get it now. I see what you're talking about with the screen. McDonald's is singing, says Ozzy. Shannon Murphy. Boring? How? If you think about how much they're terrifying. Or if you think about them too much, because they're fucking overplayed. They're overplayed and underdelivered. I don't like them. I don't care. Who cares? They were scary. They became very unscary very quickly. Nothing like the humming of a Connie. I agree, John Grievous. Donnie Pearson, 10 out of 10 for a Merle Star. Oh my god, no. Donnie, no. Geekicidal tendencies. LOL, you are alive. I was in and out sleeping. I thought my inner voice had changed to you. Changed to sound like you, Cap. No, you're not that lucky. Connie hum is so soothing. Security alert isn't, though. Okay, spoiler alert. The front. Okay, I read that one already. All the great super chats make me feel like my poor little rank subscription is nowhere near enough for all you do. I'll send you some more next week, pal. Tight week. MS treatment expensive. Dude, don't worry about it. The $5 a month is more than enough. $1 in a live is enough. Like, don't be freaking out about paying us when you got things like MS treatment to deal with. Don't worry, man. More important things. Shannon Murphy, since the sign is owned by McDonald's, can you sue the company for cost of the car? Don't know. Like, are they liable? I don't know. 100 likes, great, yes. Well, we're at 100, now we're at 98, now we're at 99 again. Fleet Paul, your subscription is so appreciated, it helps more than you know, Joseph. Yes. Taking like the lowest tier for joining the channel, like $3 a month or $5 a month, whatever it is a huge deal. It's $3 a month. Whoop-de-doo. It's less than some coffees. But it adds up, and it shows the algorithm and YouTube that people are interested in the channel enough to subscribe to it. It's very important for the analytics. So even anybody just joining up at the lowest rank, which is Commander, because I should have probably started with Ensign, but I started with Commander and went up from there just to piss Samuel off because everybody's the same rank as him immediately. But anyway, so yeah, hit that join button and check out the prices, because just joining the channel, even at like a couple bucks a month, is a huge deal to the algorithm and to putting our content out there for people to see. So I downloaded and like running an app called Lcars 47 that shows all sorts of different Lcars displays from across the franchise. If you're unaware of it, I recommend checking it out and installing it. I've had that for fucking years, dude. Yes, I have it. But it's boring because everybody has it. Everybody has Lcars 47 and knows about it. So I like mixing it up. If it helps my car hit those poles that keeps the gas pump at the gas station during the gas panic last year. So a lot of use of the word gas. I thought my car turned better, lol. Minor, but need to get fixed. Shannon Murphy, need it to look nice when I go to Florida. Yeah, congratulations on you getting that job at Disney, Shannon. Really, I'm happy for you and proud of you. Jonathan, hopefully Picard Season 2 will make the board great again. Ozzy, I'm back up to Federation President. Ooh, thank you, Ozzy. Federation President is like the top tier for channel membership and subscriptions. So thank you so much, Ozzy. Carlos A. Smith. Yep. Just did a side-by-side comparison. The Discovery Janeway and the 24th Century Dauntless look alike, has the same front hull shape. Yeah, but Carlos, watch our episode on Saturday because we look at every aspect of it, and it's not the same ship. So, Shannon Murphy, thank you so much, Cap. It means a lot to me. No problem. Like, I'm glad you got it. Now, get me some tickets. Get me in there. Send me some free shit. Get me into the park for free or cheaper or a discount, and I'll be super happy. You don't even have to join the channel then. You don't have to super chat. Just get me a discount. But yeah, anyhow. No, it's just Prodigy set such a high bar that it's unfortunately they can't keep it up. They can't keep improving week on week on week. There's going to be a few bumps in the road. This was unfortunately one of the bumps in the road, in my opinion. That being said, it felt very much like a season finale, which it was supposed to be. They were only supposed to do 10 episodes for the first season. They decided to expand it to 20, but this was the perfect mid-season break episode because we got stuff to look forward to, and it feels like a season finale. It's not like an up-in-the-air cliffhanger, really. So I thought it was good in that regard. I loved Rock Talk's, character development in this one. Hated the way Dreadnock died. That was just annoying and stupid and pointless and dumb. And Dreadnock, hashtag justice for Dreadnock, okay? Because that was some bullshit. That was some pure unadulterated, you should be castrated bullshit, guys. But anyway, we are at 99 likes still. And one more person hit the like button. Shannon Murphy, I could probably get you some discounted merch. Pay me a visit anytime. I mean, that would work. Is Galaxy's Edge in Florida? Florida. Because I'd want some Star Wars merch, probably. I still want hashtag justice for each of. I know, right? Carlos has similar front hull designs looking at both pictures right now, and there it is. If there's a different, it isn't much. The back and forward afts will be different, but the fronts are the towing. Carlos, dude, I'm telling you, we do a fucking side-by-side with the actual model that was used in Voyager, which Samuel has in 3D. You can rotate it, matches the angle, and there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of differences, subtle little differences, and some not so subtle. And the back is totally different ship. It's totally different shape. The side profile is totally different. In the original Voyager one, it does kind of this along the back. On the new one, there's a big cut in, and it does that. It's totally different. So just watch your episode on Saturday. I hope I don't work in Pt2. I hate the sequel movies. Boba Fett went out like a punk, then got his own show. But did he, though? Article of Den of Geek showrunners confirmed, not original Dauntless. Yes. It's pretty obvious. Matt Boardman says there's a huge amount of differences. The back of that thing is completely different. Yes. And you'll see that on Saturday with our episode on Saturday. Because Saturday is our ship day for episodes. So, yes. And then Sunday we're doing the bridge. The bridge interior is fucking almost 100% exactly what it's supposed to be. It matches almost exactly. There's a few subtle little differences. But yeah, so part 2 is on Sunday, which is the interior of the bridge. But the exterior is all on Saturday, so. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it quits there. It has been fun. Tune in tomorrow for a live review and discussion breakdown. You know the routine, guys. That's when we do our full discussion and just rip everything apart and show you guys all the fun, cool stuff. So, and Saturday we have our Drunk Yards retrospective on part 1 of season 2, part 1 of season 1 of Prodigy, which is starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Probably be about 3 or 4 hours long, maybe a little bit longer, depending how things are going. But tune in for that. You guys can have the chance to get us drunk, sloshed, if you will. And yeah, looking forward to that. So anyway, guys, have yourselves a great night. And until I see you next time, I'm Captain Foley, and I'm signing off for now. Have yourselves a good one, guys. Peace.